Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 19, Week 1, Day 1. Of course, we got the first day of the new campaign. With it, we got ourselves the new Soul Gem mechanic, a new troop to go with it, and a whole new campaign to have to go through. I'm gonna start working on that. All these will get done automatically, of course, but with that being said, let's go to the world events. Where technically one of the new troops we could actually use is available here. The guy that we got through Glory with the new soul mechanic. Unfortunately, he doesn't really use the new soul mechanic particularly well. The, where is he? Somewhere's in all this mess. The, Gloom Hob. However, he does end up having a 15% chance to create a ghost gem when his turn begins. Obviously, hopefully we'll have some things that'll end up creating a bunch, destroying a bunch, and hopefully be able to be used in some kind of soul boost ratio team going forward. Well, we'll kind of have to wait and see because this thing is pretty useless compared to the standard goblins that we have access to. With that being said, we're actually probably going to be running the lower rarity team here. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be our game plan then. And, yeah, not much else to mention. Anyways, oh yeah, I forgot. We need to go set our medals. Oh, I don't have any, actually set right now. I guess I'll override our armor. We're not really using the armor that much these days. I only have the first upgrade thing. I guess I should probably get the rest from the guild, shouldn't I? Oh well. Let's see. Do we have another upgrade? Let me go check. Rewards, claim all. I kind of forgot we actually have to go claim them. I think I forgot to mention in the video, but we do have access to both skull damage and spell damage. Also rarity order. But this does allow us to go the skull route with like Iron Gut or something. So for the most part, we don't really have any good ways of creating skulls. So it is probably best just to stick with a cast spam team, especially for the earlier sections anyways. And for that, obviously, we got ourselves the good old Gob Truffle, which will be the main focus of what we end up utilizing for it. That is the game plan. Anyways, hello everyone! Let me go and fix chat. Look all the way up. Hello Mark! Hello Chad! Hello Daddy Shark! Hello Frank! Hello Chad! Hello Cookie! Hello Yeah! Hello Nightmare! Hello Jets! Hello everyone else! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Alright, Truffle, take him out. Yeah, let me go fix the other chat too. I keep forgetting, there's like two chats I gotta keep switching to current chat. Because I have one on one screen and one on the other. It is all fixed now. I said, hello Imperial! Welcome, welcome. I said, hello Supernova! Welcome, welcome. Our main game plan, probably take out this mode. I didn't actually check it this week, but the alliance system should be working correctly starting this week. Fingers crossed. So today, that means we should have 2 battles that we could choose from for the alliance fights. Because they finally fixed that last week. And it should be fully implemented going into this week. I didn't actually check it and remember to actually check it. However, it was supposedly fixed. So we'll find out in a moment. Hello, Isabel! Hello, Anderson! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I assume it has been fixed. We'll find out soon. No point scaling for this world event. No point scaling? What do you mean by scaling? I'm not sure what you mean by scaling the world event. Oh, no point scaling. I thought you meant no point scaling instead of no point scaling. I read that completely wrong. But yeah, I thought you said no point scaling instead of no point scaling. They're both technically exactly the same, but mean something completely different. But yes, there's no point scaling. It's just rarity order. You just don't take that one low room. Oh, it's one of those weeks where all you have to do is just don't take the lowest room. It's one of those very straightforward world events, so it doesn't even matter what the scoring is in any other way. So hello, Drew. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, world event scoring's sometimes really weird. But it is one of those weeks where it is pretty much as basic as it gets, luckily. I do wish more weeks would be like this for world events. Because they make the scoring system way too weird for it, especially if you don't check like a third-party resource. Do you think Underspire is worth doing? Underspire, yes, 100%. If you have the gems for it, it's worth it. Earlier on in the game, it's definitely a skip. You'd probably just do your free battles. One pretty good strategy for if you want to do it a limited amount is do the free battles and always grab your free lantern every single week. And then hoard all the lanterns so that you could do a bunch of doubles later on. And by doubles, I mean go for the silver and gold marks. But yeah, early on in the game, it is very expensive to be running Underspire. But later on in the game, when you have spare gems, it's really good value. Convert your gems into Underspire completions, especially if you have the lanterns that you've been hoarding to do so. Because the 4th and 6th battles, you could double them to give you double silver medal and double gold medal, and they make up a good majority of the loot that you get for going through. And if you could do that every single time by just hoarding a bunch, by doing a bunch of free ones where you don't use any lanterns, and then hoarding all those lanterns for a later point, because lanterns carry over from week to week. You get one for free every week. So you can hoard them till you have like 10, 20, 30, and then start doing a bunch of them. Or do it like once a month, or however you want to do it. The only ones really worth going for are 4, 6, and sometimes 7. 7 is a double pet orb. Of the ones that are worth it, it's probably the least worth it, but I've definitely done it a few dozen times. But it's 4 and 6 where you get the most value from doubling it. The Rubraf room and the, actually I forget what battle the 4th one is now that I think about it. The 6th one for double gold is Rubraf, though. Now, actually, with Rubraf in the battle, unlike before. Or do you even have the Rubraf in there? Yeah, this is Iron Gut week. Iron Gut is in the event key drop table. Roughly 1 in 3,000 keys. Technically slightly more common than that, but it's like a weird 0.11 chance. Okay, about every 3,000 event keys this week is an Iron Gut. If you have a lot of spares or just want to test your luck with 1,000. Or however many you have. Yeah, he'll be around all week. The Mythic from last Friday will only be around until the end of Thursday at Friday reset time. However, Iron Gut being an event queue drop table is all the way until Monday reset. So there's still plenty of time to go and get him. Or at least attempt to get him. It's a lot more consistent waiting till he goes in Soul Forge, but if you do want to go down the event key route, this is the week to do so. And honestly, you can't really go wrong with this Asian drop table. It's a pretty good drop table to go for. Almost all goblins are usable occasionally. They've fallen off of meta a little bit these days, but they're still really good. I think the biggest issue goblins have these days, even though they're still really strong, they're generally pretty slow compared to how quick-paced the meta is right now. So even though they're not bad, they're towards the slightly slower side. But they are really consistent and still really strong. It's not as quick as they used to be. Not that the team has gotten any slower, but the rest of the game has gotten quicker. Oh, wait. Have I been taking the wrong one? Let me double check. It's Spectral Colossal. Alright, so the one that begins with S is the one we should be ignoring. Oh, I didn't realize there's two of these. Orthani's Will compared to Captain. Oh, they're both the same. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Spectral Colossus is the one we have to keep tabs on not taking. Oops, I think I already took a some based on its level. Oh no. I thought it was one rarity down. It's actually the same rarity. But yeah, the double S one is the one you want to avoid. Or Spectral Colossus, I mean. The one that starts with S. There's an S in it, don't take it. Yeah, once Iron Gut gets to 100 attack, it's kind of insane. And in game modes like Underspire, he pretty much always has it, which is nice. Alright, let's see. Anything good on adventure board? A little bit. I think we have to take it regardless, though. Yeah, complete all battles on an adventure board. Alright, we'll go do that then. There's only one good one, but we'll go take them all real quick. Not with that team. It was just to show the thing. I'm not sure why I even did that team. I was just plopping down a bunch of the new troop just to mess with his mechanic. But I'm not sure why I exactly showed that team specifically. Because obviously that team is not a real team. I was mostly just doing it to show the soul mechanic thingy. As he is the only thing that can do it right now. I think the main reason why I put so many of them on the team is that for him to create a soul gem, it's a 15% per one that's on your team. So having multiple makes it more likely that I'll do it quicker. Could you show an Underspire team for this week? Everything for World Event is Underspire this week. The only difference is weapon choice. For World Event, you're allowed to use any weapon. Whereas Underspire, you're using pretty much either the Explodey Goblin weapon or Turnip. But literally the only difference is weapon. Otherwise, you just copy-paste your same exact team. So much so that the Goblin meta, we're actually going to be running the exact same team for most of Underspire. Like, the same team you just saw me using for World Event is the same team we're about to go run for Underspire. So if you're wondering why the Monday video didn't have it, it's because the restrictors is essentially the exact same. Or the only difference really being weapon choice. I guess technically in World Event you have access to slightly more goblins, but like 95% of goblins are already in Zacian anyways. Hello, Genki! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Mr. Z. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Also, why did I take that one? There's like a billion wild cards right there. But yeah, soul gems that we got this season. For most battles, they're not really going to do anything. The extra souls are going to be nice. The main thing I'm just really curious about is what kind of soul meta we'll have by the end of this 10-week period. Oh, so you know what else we'll have by the end of this 10-week period? We'll have the last of the polearm Doom weapons. We're getting the next one in, I think, 2 Mondays from now? And then the very last one's coming in sometime next month. Which we might already even know the date. Yeah, midway through next month, I believe we get the last one of those. Which is right around the corner. Then we get the new category as well. Which means during this campaign, we'll actually see the new category of Doom weapon. I believe it's on like the 10th week, so like the very last week of the campaign. Like 9th or 10th, somewhere around there. Hopefully it's something good. We had the longest streak for a while there of completely useless Doom weapons. But the most recent category of the polearms have obviously been really good, so hopefully next category is pretty decent. Alright, we did that, we did that. Campaign's pretty much auto done already as it normally is. Pet rescue, I don't think I need this, but I'll still check. Ghost busting, we already did it, at least to the cap that we can at the moment. Zeros, though it is the start of the week. Guild, we already did that. I guess daily dungeon? Underspire battles, I believe I already bought them all. Of course, we'll be messing with that. But yeah, to the Underspire question, it's literally just copy-paste World Event team. This one right here. Like, when we go around Underspire, I'm literally running exactly this. You just take the exact same team, fight, plop it right here, and look at that, it just fits right in, and then you just play it normally. But yeah, you don't have to do anything fancy for this. Your World Event team is your Underspire team. This is exactly what we ran for Underspire, I mean for World Event. And it's exactly what we run for Underspire. We can upscale this team later by making an Iron Gut team. The only thing we'll have to do a little bit different compared to the other one is I can't run Wand, because Wand, of course, is not from Zacian. But otherwise, just replace that weapon and it's going to be the same team. Or we just run a Hiking Iron Gut focus team. I might even double up on Hiking Iron Gut. I didn't during the video because I figured quite a few people probably don't have double Iron Gut. But I believe in this situation, this will be one of the few times we actually want to run double of them. So we will probably when we do it, just with some other different mana accumulator option. What was Lester saying that Isabel deleted it? Let's see. Did I? What? I see why she deleted it. I assume that's a reference to something. But don't be naughty, Lester. Anyways, alright, we did that, we did that. Okay, let's go do some PvP. What I want to go check is, I forgot to check this for the video. Did they finally fix the alliance system? Let me see. Oh, we have 2 today. Then 2 tomorrow, right? Where's the 2 tomorrow? Actually, there should be 3 tomorrow. Yep, then the 3 tomorrow. Then there should be none. Oh, nice! They fixed it! Nice! They actually fixed the alliance system. Because what's supposed to be is 2 outer today, which it is. Then 3 inner tomorrow, which it is. Then none on Wednesday, which it is. Then 2 outer on Thursday, which it is, those 2. Then 2 outer on Friday, which it is, those 2. And then central on Saturday, which it is, that one. Nice! And then nothing on Sunday, we do the voting and the other thing. So it does look like they have officially, hopefully, fingers crossed, fixed the alliance system. We'll find out when it breaks midway through this week. Anyways, what 2 do we have to go do then? Well, not 2, but which one is better? We have either mech, I assume it's mech. Wild Folk is interesting. Mech or Wild Folk? Which one is less annoying? My concern with mech is if their Bork gets going before our Bork does is kind of scary. But the concern with Wild Folk is the damage output is so high. Also, double Beatrix Infinite Loop's gonna be really annoying. Yeah, I think we go for mech. I think just running a Bork quick kills our best bet with like double Tina 9000. Looks like somewhat less people did mech for some reason. Oh, that's gonna be an issue. Everyone's gonna be running Tina 9000. Oh, I'm still going mech, I think. So obviously Bork. As far as damage, mech really needs another better damage source. Because Sparkinator is basically useless. Ironhawk is good for this Volt weekend, but used for basically nothing else. Carnix is pretty dated. Dracos is insta-kill is way too dated. Nutcracker basically doesn't even do anything. This thing's used exclusively for its storm. And that's it. Yeah, mechs have like nothing but Tina 9000. Ignore Ironhawk. Ironhawk's weird in that it's only really good for a few specific things. Ever since, say, before it came out, he was originally going to create 20 Doom Skulls, but they nerfed it to 12 before it came out. And because of that, it does way too little damage, to the point where it's only used for its final trait. Yeah, Tina 9000 is really the only thing we have. So we just do this into, like, Wand or something. We could do Damage Source too, but Wand is pretty much the way to go. Obviously, we go Mech Hero class. Goes without saying. And then, I guess some brown yellow banner, just to get Bork going a little quicker. And yeah, we'll minus purple, why not? Alright, that should be fine. Alright, that'll be our team. Bork, Wand, double Tina 9000. Yeah, the main reason I'm not doing Wild Folk is there's going to be so many Wild Queen King teams, as well as double Beatrix teams. And double Beatrix can just infinite loop, and Wild King Queen, if we miss with ours, will get absolutely obliterated after. Which is a little bit too volatile, whereas Tina 9000 is going to be pretty consistent, especially if the enemy team doesn't have Tina 9000. So even if they do, we have first turn advantage, so we should be able to damage pressure them before they can be a threat. Also, single Tina 9000 teams are going to be pretty weak compared to double Tina 9000. Like this one right here only has one. But if you have two, it should be pretty free. You have advantage over everyone who has only one. Though even with one, this would still be perfectly fine. The only big issue with one is what do you do for your other damage source? Because there isn't really another, like, good damage source in that regard. Like Dracos 1337, I guess you could go down that route. But there's not like another true damager like Tina is the problem. Which is one of the reasons why double Tina works so well. One of the few mythics that's actually really good to have two of. Definitely not required, but it comes in handy for stuff like this. Because the next best alternative is not that great, even though he just insta-killed us. Ignore the fact he just insta-killed us. He only has like a 25% chance to do so. 30%. I forgot they buffed it slightly. It was even weaker when he first launched. You only have one Tina avoiding the mech entirely. Oh no, I think it's still doable with one. The thing is, the team for Wild Folk is really cheap. All you need is double Beatrix. Double Beatrix is so free to get. The only problem with... my biggest issue with running Wild Folk is even though double Beatrix is easy to get and is like the freest whenever, you're also going to be up against a billion teams of double Beatrix. So they're going to be just as strong as you in every situation, which is my biggest concern, is if you miss with Beatrix and they hit like 20 in a row, you're dead, even if they have like 0 stats. Though it's definitely a way cheaper team running Wild Folk, pure Wild Folk than pure mech right now. How's he not dead? Gosh, that thing is tanky. Alright, that's all we need to do. I think there's no point in running this 6th battle, but I always feel the need to do so. So we shall. I am pretty sure it is actually pointless to run the 6th battle, to my understanding. Because you're not going to make a leaderboard for it. Dark Alliance is winning by so much that your points don't matter. I'm pretty sure this is a completely useless battle. It's basically just a 1 leeway in case you lose a battle. That's the only point of the 6th battle has. Pretty sure this is a complete waste of time, but I'm still gonna do it. It just feels weird not to. Gosh, how is there to get full mana? How are you not full mana yet? How are you still not full mana? One HP. That is absurdly unlucky. Even that it hits a RNG range every single time for each of its hits. Oh, there we go. Alright, there shouldn't be any alliance thingy that we need to go take. Though tomorrow we'll be able to take it for both mech and for Wild Folk. So we are going to have to build a Wild Folk team tomorrow to go take it then. Which is likely going to be just like a Beatrix team or something. I could go Wild Queen King, but I feel like everyone's going to be running like Elementals or something, so I'll probably just go double Beatrix. It's a cheaper team and it's just going to be more consistent. As long as we don't miss like 2 times, we should be fine. Alright, anyways, we did that, or we're about to do that. It's going to get done on its own. We don't really need to worry about it. Alright, let's go do, I guess, normal PvP. Obviously, we got reset, so we are currently at absolutely none right now. Let's see, 415. Oh, did we actually get VP for those battles? I guess so. Alright, let's go do, how much do we need on Valhawk? Should I do the buff immediately? Yeah, I guess we will. Why not? They never did fix this, did they? Has anyone else still been getting the no EXP from PvP glitch? Because we've still been getting no EXP when you have the Guardian upgraded. And by no EXP, I mean 3 XP, which is basically none. Supposedly they were supposed to fix it, and then, oh no, I still don't get EXP from it, though. And we're definitely on current version. Yeah, Wild Folk has Wild King and Queen. They have a really good amount of burst damage. My only concern with running them in like a PvP-like situation is like everyone 90% of the time runs Elementalists, which is really bad against. So when we have to run the battle tomorrow, I'm probably just gonna do like a double Beatrix wand something team. Like wand something double Beatrix. Yeah, running a true damage Scourge of Honor build can work out pretty well. PvP, what's that? Have you still been skipping PvP every single day? Oh gosh. Actually, I have a question. Do you do PvP in Gems, not Gems of War, in Puzzle Quest 3? Or do you still play Puzzle Quest 3? But if you do you actually do PvP in that game? Or do you just not do it in Gems of War? Alright, there we go. Now let's go get our 3 Valhawks real quick. We play it more than Gems of War's PvP? Yeah, in all fairness, Gems of War PvP compared to Puzzle Quest does give pretty small amount of loot. The main enticing reason to do PvP at all in Gems of War right now is the gold marks for sure. They're basically the deed book currency. Honestly, they're more like writs than actual writs. Like, writs were the resource that you were supposed to use to, like, craft deeds and everything. But because of their conversion rate and the fact that they came out before deed books, gold marks are more of a one-to-one path to deed books than writs are. The mechanic that's actually supposed to be related to making deed books. Or, you know, related to getting deeds and everything. Yeah, gold marks convert better to deed books than the currency made for upgrading kingdoms. It's kind of weird how it is. Because every gold mark is 1/100th of a deed book. Whereas every writ is like, what, 1/5000th of a deed book? Or something like that? You need 100 of them. What's 100 times 50? Yeah, I was right. It would be 1/5000th. Every writ is 1/5000th of a deed book, whereas every 1 gold mark is 1/100th. So 1 gold mark is 50 times more towards a deed book than every writ you get. So it's like a 50-to-1 ratio. 1 writ is 1/5000th of a deed book, and every gold mark is 1/100th of a deed book. So a gold mark is 50 times more of a deed book than a writ. Which is why gold marks are so valuable right now. There will be other things to use them in upcoming patches. But, which reminds me, I've been on the path of trying to get all the pets. I've finally been wasting all my gold marks to get all the pets. And I should go cash them in, because I think we have 2 more pets that we can go get this week. I've been slowly cashing them in so we can actually have completion on pets once again. But I still need Takshaka. Let me go double check. Let me go to unowned. So we have these 7, technically these 6. Takshaka will get automatically. But there's 6 PvP pets we're still missing. Let me see if there's a new 2 I can go get real quick. Because I forgot, I've been buying these out lately. Ogre and Magitant. Ogre and Magitant. Ogre and Magitant. There they are. Alright, let's go get them. We're running a little low in gold marks, but that's mostly because I've been going for... Well, for one, we were rushing to try to get Karakroth upgraded, which we did like a day or 2 ago. But the other thing was... we've just been wasting them all on these pets. because we need them. So I'm gonna go get them. Right, 1 copy of you. Yes. And 1 copy of you. Yes. Alright, there we go. And now we can kind of save the rest. Yeah, I think I'll just finish out the pets because the main reason I was rushing this was to get the kingdom upgrade, and we just got the kingdom upgraded like a day or 2 ago. So I guess I'm just going to save the rest of my gold marks for the pets. And then after the pets, we're going to save them for later. Wait, what did I miss in chat? Let's see. Yes, it's perfect. You're sending in the rename kingdom ticket. What are you doing? What are you renaming the kingdom to? Let's see. Wait. You're still playing Puzzle Quest 3 occasionally. You enjoyed a story. Yeah, honestly, we did a whole storyline reading for the game. It was actually written by the previous community manager for Gems of War. But yeah, we did a whole quest reading over the course of a couple streams when it first launched. I'm not sure how much more story they've added since then. You're still running the kingdom? Because it's yours now. We're going to become the pink sparkle dragons. Oh, gosh. That's funny. Alright, where were we? We still need 2 more Valhawks. What's that, little Sushi Ninja? Welcome, welcome. What's that, little Bill? Oh, wait, that's horrible. Oh, but we have cleanse, it's fine. The power of Wand. Gosh, Wand is so good. Oh, I forgot we have to double do it because he's cursed. There we go. It's actually insane how meta Wand is. Like, it's so strong, I would almost consider it stronger than Stellaryx in some situations. Like, Stellaryx is definitely stronger. But Wand is in a completely different category, so it's hard to compare it 1-to-1. Because obviously this is a very heavy support option, and this is like the best damage source in existence. So they serve 2 pretty different categories, which are hard to like quantify compared to each other. But yeah, Wand is still so insane though. I think the biggest thing with Wand is it kind of invalidates the whole curse bless system, since you just combine them both into one. So no longer do you have to worry like, oh, do I have like a mana accumulation option? Do I have something to cover these like other 2 or 3 colors? Do you have something to cleanse off? It just does all of it. You just never really have to worry about anything. It's just like a fill-all for every team. It reminds me a lot of how like Leprechaun used to be used, and still is kind of used to this day. Where it's kind of a fill-in for just anything. You just have an extra slot or something. Wand just works so good for that now. Because it covers your mana accumulation, it covers all the negative traits and all the positive traits. Gets rid of all the good ones from the enemy and keeps you protected from all the negative ones from your enemy. Yeah, also hello, Taunasis. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, the only real big issue with Wand is the same one that Stellaryx has. They're both pretty missable. And if you miss with either of them, you are so dead in the current state of PvP. Like, if you're fighting like an even fight, where both teams are pretty even, you might as well just retreat the battle if your Stellaryx and or Wand misses. It's the only really big downside of both of them right now. While they do have extra turn potential, their extra turn potential is not the greatest. Reminds me a lot of Beatrix in that regard. And that, yes, it has extra turn, actually 2 different ways of extra turning. But if it misses, you're so dead. You tried the flan from Costco? Gosh, I haven't been to a Costco in forever. I haven't had any of the memberships for any of like those big grocery places, like Sam's Club or Costco or anything like that. I think it's been like a decade since I've been in a Costco. You read it as super flan? Oh, subpar flan? I can't recall if I've ever had flan. I know of things that taste like it, creme brulee is probably my favorite. Which isn't quite a flan, I don't think. But, gosh, creme brulee is good. It definitely makes, like, my top 10 favorite foods of all time list. So did we ever get the other Valraven? Have I just been doing PvP for no... How on earth do I have one? I'm here thinking like, oh, do we already have all three and we've just been sitting here? No, I don't even have the second one yet. Gosh, we're gonna hit like the full PvP rating by the end of this. We are getting so unlucky on Valhawk right now. We're like 15, 20 fights in with one. You got so lucky with your 599 event keys. But you got the missing mythic for Zejin, the Flaming Ani. Nice. Yeah, he's a really good summoning troop. He has a triple guarantee summon into extra turn into mass mana accumulation. I personally don't like using him that often, but he is really good. He's under that category of like really good not lose mythic. Or it's not necessarily the quickest option, but it's really good at never losing. At least in theory, obviously you can lose. Just a bit less likely. Yeah, nice that you finally got your last one. And that's pretty lucky too. Because that would have been about a 1 in 3,000 chance or so. And you got it in like 600. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? I always talk about like places I haven't been to a while with being like the melting pot or something, which I still haven't been to, by the way. It's been 5 years. But you know where else I haven't been in a very long time, since like pre-pandemic times? Bonefish Grill. There are several of them across the United States. And like 2 or 3 in my area. And gosh, they are so good. They haven't ate there since pre-pandemic. I mention that because they have a really good creme brulee. I normally get their crab cakes, creme brulee, and the bang bang shrimp. Though these days in this economy, that's probably like 40 bucks. Like at one point that was as low as like 20 something. But there's no way that's not like 40, 50 bucks these days. At some point we'll get a turn. How am I even losing to this team? This team has like 0 stats. It's killing with Catheric's quick kill. Oh, that's a big miss. Oh, we just need like 1 mana. We're so close. Hello, Outlander! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hello, Maximus Fidinor. Say hi earlier. Welcome, welcome. Is there any reason why my Valhawk number still says 1? I feel like half the stream at this point has been us doing PvP. It really does not want to give us Valravens today. Or Valhawks, whatever they're called. I thought that was it for a second. No, it's a Glory Gnome. It's actually a pretty good gnome, but not quite what we're looking for. Yeah, Flaming Ani is pretty fun. There aren't too many mana accumulators that have guarantee auto extra turn after. Aside from like Truffle and Flaming Ani. And I guess a few other like Goblin Rocket and such, but they don't really mana accumulate that much. Like Truffle and Flaming Ani are like the biggest two that have guarantee auto extra turn after mana accumulating a ton. Assuming they're not frozen, of course. Okay, I refuse to believe that Valhawks appeared in PvP today. The worst part is we're getting 3 XP per fight. So basically no XP at all. So we're about to die to double Beatrix. Maybe we should stop doing Explore 1 or Trophy 1. Maybe everyone has depleted all the Valhawks in Trophy 1 battles today. There's just none left. Also, at this rate, I'll hand out the redeem code once we find another Valhawk, so we know that they exist. I just want to reconfirm that they're out there. Why not do purple? Oh, because I hate Blood Frenzy. Blood Frenzy is always worth doing over Central, if it's on one of the Central 3. However, I never do it, because it drives me insane. But, yeah, we go through the same cycle every time. It's like we do some Central, then it's like, oh, there's a good Blood Frenzy today. And then I'll go do it like 10 battles, and then I'll never touch it again. After we lose like 3 times in a row to something super simple. Like a random double Beatrix team. But because there's so many stats, it just like auto kills you. Ah, there we go, we got back-to-back Valhawk, so let's go hand out code. They do exist, they just took a little while. Anyways, here you guys go. Here is the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. You can invite code in the settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat, and give same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Alright, now that we don't have to do PvP anymore, what else is there actually? I guess we start opening up some Vault keys. So we'll hand out an extra code every time we get one of the big drops. So we'll be doing that a lot this week, because we have a lot of redeem codes we need to go clear through. I mean, not redeem codes, I mean, well, that too, I guess, technically to some degree. I mean Vault keys. I want to go open every one of these Vault keys before this weekend, which means in the next 4 days we have to open 258 Vault keys. So let's start working on it now. I'll probably open like 58 tonight to get to a nice solid 200, and then we can run what is that, like 70 a day? Something along those lines. We'll figure it out. Unless it's a pet code. We do have a pet code to hand out soon. I still haven't really decided when I'll do it. I'll probably do it on Father's Day, I think. Which is, what, next week Sunday, right? I mean, this week Sunday, I mean? It's this upcoming Sunday, I'm pretty sure. We'll be opening a ton of Vault keys the next few days. Because ideally I want to have 0 going into the Vault weekends this Friday. But hopefully we'll get some good drops, and every time we get one, the bigger few, we'll hand out a code. So a lot of codes to hand out the next coming days. Plus during Vault Event weekend, we'll hand out at least 2 a day as well, so this whole week is basically going to be redeem code week. Not to mention, I guess, it's somewhat celebrating the new campaign. Though campaigns generally don't have too much up front. A lot of stuff that come in the campaign comes near the end of the campaign, not the beginning of the campaign. Other than the power gem, of course, that comes at the beginning. But this power gem's pretty neutral. It's not bad, it's not good. Which honestly is probably the perfect place for a power gem. It's beneficial, but not annoying. Which is probably the best category of power gem you could ever have. Ooh, Major Orb? Aw, major disappointment. Actually, honestly, Major Purple's not bad. I just have so many of them that it doesn't excite me anymore. It's basically 675 gem value. Like, if that just handed us 675 gems, then that'd be a different story. But it is technically 675 gem value. Compared to how many gem keys it saves us in guild keys. How's Palia going? I am actually curious on Palia still. We are going to try it at some point. We will join Isabel and or Yankee and or Cookie. I'm definitely not going to get addicted to that game. I say now. But I do kind of want to try it at least once. If not just for one stream, just to see what it's like. Sure I won't get addicted? Famous last words? No, I can't get addicted. I gotta finish Old School RuneScape before Brighter Shores comes out. They're actually doing a very big update in exactly a month from today. And I need to basically max every skill except for 2 by that day. And then after that update happens, we need to go max the other 2. I'm not sure if I'll do any streams of it in that time. Most of it's just going to be pretty AFK. The problem is I'm kind of starting to run out of AFK methods. So we actually have to start playing the game. Because I want to finish it before Brighter Shores, just so we don't have like 2 mega MMO grinds at the same time. Because that wouldn't quite work out well. Luckily, Old School RuneScape's one that you can do pretty easily in the background. I should do RuneScape again? We could. The problem is a lot of the grinds I have to go do between now and maxing are really tedious. Like, it's the same thing over and over again with very little variation. When we stream in about a month, they're going to be adding a new whole quest, so that'll be a lot more exciting. Plus a cool new enemy to go fight. But everything between now and then is just a lot of the same thing over and over and over again. When's the next stage time stream? Yeah, we haven't been doing as many. Oh no, I guess we could throw in some RuneScape ones for it. If you guys want to see it. You thought everything was tedious in that game? Oh no, it depends. Isn't that every game in existence though? To a certain point. If you play it long enough. Right now we're literally just doing one Talk Shaka quick kill over and over again. Though it does have the exciting aspect of we might get something cool. Stream it or I'll riot. I guess I'll stream it sometime this week. I was trying to think of what exactly we'd stream. We can either stream construction, rune crafting, or smithing. The problem is everything I need to go max right now is basically just one minigame over and over again. For construction, it's just going to be mahogany homes over and over again. For smithing, it's Giant's Foundry. For rune crafting, it's Guardians of the Rift. That's the only slightly bad thing about the current state of old school RuneScape. Is at a certain point, it's basically just like doing mini games over and over again. It's like a billion games within the game. And prioritizing those mini games is normally better than actually training the skill by normal means. Yeah, we'll stream it sometime this week. I'll wait till after Wednesday, though, because they're doing some kind of update this Wednesday. I have no clue what, but you never really know. Could be something cool. I know they were supposed to add a new agility course soon, so if they do, we'll definitely grind that, I guess. I don't know, we'll figure it out when we do the stream. Wait, minigames? Palia has minigames? What kind of minigames? I assume a fishing minigame. Every cozy game has to have a fishing minigame. There's probably some kind of house building minigame. If I had to guess, that's similar to that one minigame that was in Animal Crossing. There's probably a farming minigame in that game. I think what else would be in Palia, based on the type of game that it is. It's a card game called Hotspot. Ooh, wait, now you got me interested. Hotpot. Oh, I like card games. We gotta try Palia now. Big fan of card games. Especially when there's like a random card game inside a game. I think the only game I've played recently that had a card game I didn't realize would be in it was Bug Fables several years ago, which was kind of like Thousand Year Door that we did the other week. But it was basically an indie version of Thousand Year Door. But essentially, when you tattled enemies in that game and got all their stats and everything, you also got a card that you could use in a mini-game within that game. And honestly, it wasn't that bad, though the AI was really bad at it. So at a certain point, when your cards were really broken, you just auto-won every fight. Because it didn't really scale that well, and the AI was not the greatest. Actually, that's one game I've been wanting to stream that I've done. I never did play the sequel. Card City Knights. Not sure if any of you have played it before. It's a nice little small indie card game. And honestly, I had a lot of fun with it. I wish they would have done more with it, like add a multiplayer version or something similar. They did make a sequel, though I have heard the sequel isn't as good, though I've never tried it myself, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a short game that we could do in almost like 10 hours. Not sure how long the sequel is. Kind of wanted to do that one weekend if we had enough time. Try doing like Card City Knights 1 and 2 within like 3 days. It's just a cool little small card game. All OG Palia players love playing Hotbot. That's honestly definitely one of the things I'll need to check out when I check out Palia. We're playing a card game right now? True. I don't know, to some degree, I almost don't consider Gems of War a card game. Like, if I was to consider the first genre that Gems of War is, it's definitely Match 3. Like, you collect cards, but I don't really feel like it's a card game in a traditional sense. Like, the collection aspect of Gems of War is completely card-based. But I don't feel like the deck building aspect, or, you know, like the team building, is really card-based like. Mostly because you only have 4, and generally most decks in most games that are card-based, you know, are like dozens of cards. Like, oddly enough, I consider Gems of War to be more like Darkest Dungeon than a card game. Where you have like that 4-troop kind of team composition. Even has a lot of the same abilities. With how like movement works and everything. But I do wish Gems of War had more movement options like Darkest Dungeon 1. Also, I'm still really disappointed with Darkest Dungeon 2. I was really hoping the beta would make it better, and it honestly didn't. Out of any game I've played pretty recently that I was kind of hopeful for, I think Darkest Dungeon 2 has been the biggest disappointment. I really hope Slay Spire 2 is disappointing, though. Right now, it looks very similar to Slay Spire 1, which honestly, I think that's more of a good thing than a bad thing. I think that's like the biggest complaint people have with the game, but honestly, that's probably one of the best things it has going for it. Because all Darkest Dungeon 1 had to do was click copy-paste, add a different storyline, and they were good to go. And it looks like Slay Spire 2 is doing exactly that. There's clicking copy-paste, adding a different hero class or two. Probably rebalancing some things, adding new cards and a few other things, but they're keeping pretty much everything the same, it looks like. Which personally, I think is actually a good thing. Since Slay Spire 1 was just so good. The board game of Slay Spire came out a long time ago. Yeah, it's been out for several months, hasn't it? I heard mention of it. I didn't really bother buying it, though. I saw when they initially announced it, but I haven't really looked into it. I don't really play physical games too often. I find they just have too many roles and things that don't automatically get tracked that just make them too annoying. It's one of the main reasons why video games, I feel, work a lot better for that, for any kind of similar thing. Like, I really like games that are like board games, like Mario Party and such, because it auto-tracks everything for you. You can't really, like, cheat the system. I feel like there's just way too many exploits in physical board games. Whereas video games based on board games are generally a lot more balanced and pretty much impossible to cheat in. Magic the Gathering. I have actually never tried Magic the Gathering, oddly enough. I also haven't tried modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Or even modern Pokemon, for that matter. Like Pokemon cards, in that sense. I feel like I wouldn't like modern Pokemon cards, like the gameplay of it. But I feel like I would still like modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Though it would definitely have quite a learning curve. See, I've never tried Magic the Gathering or anything like that. Which is one of those other big card game kind of genres. I feel like the big three are Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Magic the Gathering. If I was to, off the top of my head, think of like what the three biggest card games in existence are. And I've only tried two of the three. I've never tried Magic the Gathering. And I've never tried any of them modernly. Like, the last time I've done Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh! Was probably, like, almost 2 decades ago. Like, in the really early state. Back when both of them were still getting off the ground. Imagine the Tacit meetup at the Sawmill. Everyone brings a card game. Hey, I will have an official date on that soon. Probably sometime early next month, though. I'm still not quite sure yet. It's likely to be sometime next month. I'll be stopping by New Jersey for about a week. Man, if I gotta meet up with Isabel then. At the Sawmill. But technically it could be everyone. I'm not sure anyone else really near the area, though. I know Isabel's pretty close. Yeah, I don't really ever go to conventions or anything. Honestly, I don't really even travel at all. Other than to see family, I basically never travel these days. I guess to see friends occasionally as well. But even that I haven't done in like multiple years. Alright, catch you later, Mr. Sandwich. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Also, I just realized we still haven't gotten any of the good drops. We got a small pet orb, but it doesn't count. I only do it for big pet orb. Looks like we might not have any extra codes tonight. That's a pretty bad sign to our starting opening. I think we'll go down until we have 180 left. And then we can open 60, 60, 60 the next few days, which I think will be a good spread. 60 tomorrow, 60 on Wednesday, 60 on Thursday. Maybe even slightly more on Wednesday and then do like 50 the following day. Because we'll have way more time on Wednesday to do it compared to Thursday. Well, I say that. We might be doing an hour PvP, so never mind. So yeah, we'll probably stick with 60, 60, 60 then. We'll get to 180 right now. And then 60 for the next 3 days. And then we got Vault Event Weekend. Once again, another medal in the right category, but the wrong rarity. Yeah, the sawmill is amazing. It's like one of the only few locations from my childhood in that area that hasn't gotten destroyed by a fire, a second fire, a third fire, or 2 hurricanes. That place has been through a lot. I think the funniest thing about that place now is because of how many fires were in the area. I think it's the only place I know of that has sprinklers on the exterior of the building. Like if you look at the building, like underneath the gutters and everything, there's like an entire sprinkler system. Like, you know those things that they have in ceilings that trigger whenever there's a fire that are normally indoors? They have those coated around the entire outside of the building. Because how many fires there's been. Not all directly caused by them. Though 2 of them were caused by them. I think it's like one of the most fire-safe places in existence these days. Just because they're just done with fires at this point. Oh, but nice! We got the 300 gem one! Hey, we did get a code! Hey, there you guys go. I clicked through it pretty quickly. But there's the big gem drop. Here you guys go. Possibly mandated by the insurance company. Well, I don't think so, because every other building around doesn't have it. They're like the only one in the entire area that's like that. So I think they just did that just to protect the area. Because they really don't want to have to rebuild the place. But yeah, oh wait, that was on the final one too. We got really lucky. The very last vault key was the good 300 gem drop. Nice. Oh, there we go. Anyways, guys, we will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Main game plan pretty much every single day this week until Vault Weekend is open a bunch of Vault keys. Keep chipping them down. Obviously, we'll clear out all the other dailies along the way. Oh, I didn't do dungeon. Let's go do dungeon real quick, I guess. Top 3? Oh, no, not top 3. Never mind, we're not done yet. I could do this real quick. This takes like not even like a minute or two. So we'll clear through this real quick. But yeah, game plan for this week. Open a ton of Vault keys leading up to Vault Event Weekend, then do Vault Event Weekend. And everything leading up to that point, we'll just be chipping at all the events, of course. Tuesday, we focus on Faction. Wednesday, we'll focus on PvP. Thursday, we focus on Underspire. Wait, you're confused? Yeah, we're kind of ending, but not ending. I forgot to do dungeon fights. And since we're doing anyways, I might as well do it now. I always forget that one thing. Anytime I normally forget them off stream, I do, or, I do them off stream. Since I called it now, I'll just do it now. I'm going to be doing it right now anyways. Might as well leave the stream running. I do wish there was like a infinite like daily reminder checklist they can go through in game. That'd be so convenient. Ever since they had like that left category, I feel like it has been a little bit better. Like checking like, hey, have you done all the dailies or not? But I really wish there was like a checklist thing in game where you could just go to one location and be like, okay, have I done this, this, and this? And then check and see like, okay, yeah, I have. That's one issue I feel like a lot of games have. Is there isn't like a universal place to like check every daily. Like I don't necessarily mind a game having dailies, but I really wish more games would do better at denoting all of them in one single location, rather than have to check like 5 to 10 different spots to make sure you've gotten them all. Which is just really annoying. Anyways, speaking of which, I think we're done now. There is no door 7. Yes, it's definitely door 7. You just threw 77 event keys and got the Fairy Godmother. Nice! How's that for luck? That's pretty good. Yeah, Fairy Godmother is really good at getting mana accumulation. The main reason you almost never see me using her is she's really volatile. I tend to not use volatile troops that often. But she's really insanely good at getting you mana. The problem is she 1 in 5 times when you take a Wish Gem will give the entire enemy team full mana. And the problem is she sometimes creates like 2 or 3 Wish Gems at a time. So, that's almost like a 50% chance at that point that you're giving the enemy team full mana. That is very risky. Obviously, for infinite looping, that's not really that big a deal. But you give the enemy a single turn, you're like so dead when you use her. Particularly in like PvP-like situations. In other game modes, it's not as big a deal, like Underworld and such. But it's too risky to use in PvP, I feel. Because giving an enemy team in PvP full mana when losing your turn is just so bad. Whereas doing that on like a Underworld battle or something similar is, like, it's bad, but it's not that bad. Like, they're not going to auto-kill you in a turn or two. Whereas in PvP, they will. But anyways, guys, officially, we'll be calling it right now. Oh, you just got your 5th Sentinel yesterday. Gosh, everyone's getting lucky. I still only have 2. I don't know what's going on. We are 6 months without a single Sentinel. But, yeah, our Sentinel luck is so horrible. And the second we finally get our 3rd Sentinel, it's just going to be a repeat of the 2 we have. Which is going to be the worst feeling ever. We might legitimately go an entire year without getting a new Sentinel. But I don't know, we'll find out. Because we have a 1 in 3 chance of getting one we already have once we actually do get one. Which is going to be so bad if that happens. Like, imagine we go like 7 months, finally get one, and be like, nope, it's a repeat. Let's hope not. But anyways, guys, officially now, we'll call it for now. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. And yeah, I guess we'll do some old school RuneScape midday streams sometime soon. I don't know, if you guys want to see it, I might as well. Let's find a day that I'm not that busy and just do like a 10-hour stream of something that I don't feel like grinding. Because if I do it on stream, I'll actually feel like grinding it. Whereas a lot of times I'll do it for like half an hour to an hour off stream and be like, I don't want to do this. But if I do it during a live stream, I'll be like, okay, I kind of have to. Like if I make the title doing so-and-so for 10 hours straight, and I'll be like, okay, I should probably actually do it. Yeah, if I try doing it in my own time, I'll do it for like an hour and then try getting distracted by a billion other things. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Catch you guys later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.